the tunnel here. So much expectation on this Tonga side. It's the 2021 Rugby League World Cup on the back of their successes at 2017. They might not quite have hit those heights just yet, but there is time on their side, and a big performance here on Teesside would put them right amongst the favourites going into that last 8 and the knockout stages. The Cook Islands looking to keep their hopes alive. It's a tough ask against one of the heavyweights of the rugby league scene. But this Tonga team and this Cook Islands team are going to go head to head here, and we can't wait. So the final moments of ceremony here, starting with the anthems. Two teams out, first with the Cook Islands, then Tonga. The beauty, now comes the brutality. First, with the cultural performances of both of these nations. We've got the Pe'e Haka from the Cook Islands, and we've got the Sippy Tau of the Tongans. Whether they go one after the other, or whether they go to head, this is a moment to be savoured at any World Cup.
Apua, tukia, perua, hyi! Apua, käynä, perua, hyi! Omai, hiä! Omai, hiä! Hiä! Poro, kämättämättä tiika, tuija, pero, hyi!
So that was the Petty Hacker. Now time for the Tonga response and the sippy towel.
Tonga! Kohokku! Tofia! Koni! Topulai! Teo Tonga kupe! Koi aho! Mama tangi!
What a way to get pumped up for a World Cup final group stage game. It's Tonga against the Cook Islands. So let's have a look at the teams. Tonga have Jason Taumalolo back in their pack for the first time since suspension. Tui Lolohea and Isaiah Katoa are the two halfbacks. Plenty will go through them on the back of that power. As for the Cook Islands, well, there's no Anthony Galling. He's returned to New Zealand to take up his plumbing apprenticeship. Jeff Daniela gets the nod in the centres. So much of the power through that pack comes from Zane Tetabano. Bit of a ball player, bit of an enforcer too. Dylan Napa will come off the bench. Ashley Klein is the referee for this afternoon's game. Video referee for this one, possibly crucially important, is Robert Hicks. As we've seen in this tournament so far, they've played a big role. So the two sides prepared to get underway here, just waiting for the final part of the ceremony. The one game together, moment of togetherness. Although these two teams are just ready to go. James Graham, they're not messing about.
No, wasn't that a great cultural performance from both sides? Certainly gets the hair on the back of your neck standing up, and yeah, I think we're set for a great afternoon of rugby league football today.
Well, most of the lower bowl has got a fair contingent of people in it. It's a big stadium, this here at the Riverside. Not in rugby league territory, but the locals, by all accounts, have taken it on board, and there have been plenty of flags waving through Middlesbrough Town Centre this afternoon. So Ashley Kind is waiting for the nod here to get us underway. The Cook Islands kick us off. Tui Lolohea takes the first carry for Tonga. How are you anticipating these two teams start things off, James?
Yeah, well, look at, like I say, Jason Taumalolo spoke about the importance of starting well. He feels his team hasn't done that, so look to see a real improvement, especially defensively, from the Tongan nation in these opening exchanges.
So Fatawaika that time. Luke throws it infield to Vanua Blake. Big post-contact meters from that man. Big part of what they do. Taumalolo, first time we've seen him.
Dominic up now!
take on that Cook Islands defensive line, and there's a few kind of early indicators of how they're going to go here. Oh, and they're through! Sonny Luke has got support, and he's finished off in the corner by Daniel Tupou. Try machine! Tonga hit the front.
Yeah, wow, what a break. I think it's Katoa over on that left-hand side, just shows and goes. They all fell for it. He makes the break, puts Tupou over in the corner. We spoke about starting well and defensively. Well, they've scored and they've not even had to make a single tackle. Yeah, that's Katoa just showing and going. Beautiful on the outside. He's got plenty of space there. He almost had too many options, didn't he?
Yeah, Sonny Luke's little pass off the rug and a great little dummy.
That's sensational stuff. The Cook Islands will be disappointed with that effort. To concede a line break on the first set is really poor. But take nothing away from this Tongan side. They started the set, lots of direct carries, using width off the ruck. Tamalolo put on his back, but then yeah, that man, the rave reviews of Katoa, and he makes a beautiful line break. And yeah, the Cook Islands now, they're sort of scratching their head. They're behind and they've not had a touch of the ball.
Tonga showing just how ruthless they are, what kind of mood they're in. They might well be a bit of a slow burner. As James was saying before, weren't convincing against Papua New Guinea. They weren't fantastic against Wales either, but they've made a flying start here. So Katoa, having created one, can't convert one. But it's a bright start for Tonga, and the Cook Islands need to reset quickly, James.
Yeah, they sure do. The worst possible start you could have hoped for. But like I say, the Tongan team there, lots of strong carries through the middle of the field, and expect them now to go to Katoa more often and just ask more questions. So it was a show and a go. He'll set up shape, he'll look to pass, but expect to see plenty of ball in hand for Katoa.
What would delight Christian Wolf and Sikamanu sat there alongside him up in the boxes. The amount of push they had going forward there as well, so much support.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Katoa almost was spoilt for choice, wasn't he? He didn't know what to do. But nonetheless, he got it to Tupou, and they're over for the first try.
So Masters launches it downfield. Lola Hare will field it again for Noah Blake. Tucks it under his wing. Tonga starting with intent here. So Luke pushes that ball into Fotuaika. And again, they're just making mincemeat of the meters here. Thumped up the guts. Colin Matangi. Tamalolo, bit of ball movement this time, turned back on the inside. Nice little offload. Almost away through Tessie New. Oh, so many threats in this team.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get a grip on the Tongan players here, the Cook Islanders. They're just making meters and offloads at ease. And yeah, that's a great set after points, getting the team down to the 60-metre mark.
Lola Hare kicks, 40 out. Will be fielded by Masters, and in a minute he touched terra firma. It was clattered. Tonga's kick chase. Again, they are bang up for this, mind you, a little too bang up for it, James. They've conceded the penalty. Yeah, Christian Wolf will not be happy with that. It was a great kick, a great chase. They had the Cook Islands pinned in their own half, on their own line, right in that corner, exactly where you want to be turning the ball over. But just a lack of discipline and wanting to go too early to get off the line there. It's a cheap leg-out penalty for the Cook Islanders. Kyle Iro, here, nephew of head coach Tony, son of Kevin, popular figures with English rugby league fans, the father and nephew during the late 80s and 90s. Here come the Cook Islands. Tedavano involved again, away to that right-hand side. Step back on the inside that time from Daniela. Swung back to the middle. Takaranga running aground on some solid Tongan shoulders here. Teroy sweeps it into Tetavano. Forward with the kick in behind. as he knew, will field it. He looked to wriggle away, and he's almost away, but then an absolute cruncher came in from Tetevano.
Yeah, and he had plenty of touches in that second attack as well. Great to see him being busy, getting plenty of involvement, and just switching that point of attack.
Scooped up from acting half, and Tonga on the front foot once again. It was Will Penasini that time, trying to wriggle clear. They've started like a train at the moment here.
That's a great ball as well to Fanua Blake. You see how Luke just plays with width. Fanua Blake stands nice and wide. Great play from the Tongan forwards, mixing up their carries.
And then a kick from Katoa, had plenty of height on it, gave the chase. Chance to catch up with it. Although penalty goes the Cook Islands' way. So that's second time off a final tackle kick they conceded a penalty. But
yeah, and look, they might be able to get away with it here against the Cook Islands, but as this tournament progresses, you know, I'm assuming they're going to win this game. They'll play the winner of Samoa and France, but they can't afford to do that as this competition go deep, and they go deep into this comp. It's twice now. It's not the way they want to start games, and you know, it was a big talking point before the game. Tamalolo, we need to start well. Part of starting well is being disciplined.
So disappointing finishes to the sets. Can they make it count here? Tetevano inside the Tonga half. Teroi's got options. Moiroa was one of them. He went the opposite side to Makatoa instead. This time Moiroa might take it. There are plenty of willing recipients. It's forward, cut-out ball. Trying to hit them with Hero down this left-hand side. Strong tackle from Penasini. And Lola Hare that time. Ulberg to forward. Drifting with that rangy style. Masters out to Takarangi. Now they're going to hit them. They're going to shuffle their way through here. Tony Eller it was. Last tackle just shy of the 10. Stephen Masters finds Takarangi. It'll be a kick here. It's a shallow one. Contest, patted back. Takarangi then knocks it backwards. This is a scruffy end to the set for the Cook Islands. And they've knocked it on.
Yeah, really poor end of set there. And that was the problem, that was the issue when they played the Cummels earlier this week. No drama getting down the other end of the field, just that polish on play 5 just was lacking. I would like to see Ford take control of the kicking game. I don't think Takarangi is a natural kicker on play 5, so that's a point where I think Ford just needs to demand the ball there, or make sure he doesn't get tackled play 4 into 5, so he can put the end of set kick in.
Yeah, he needs to be the receiver, doesn't he? Waiting for it. Felix Kafusi here for Tonga. Playing for his late father, and it's Sonny Luke who just loses his footing. Fanua Blake will step into acting half, one of the bigger dummy halves you'll see. Lola Hare, nice ball movement out to Colin Matangi. Oh, he's lost it. Oh, it's been swiped. Here go the Cook Islands. Oh, he's away. Paul Ulberg, like a bullet out of a gun. Now, we've seen a couple of those intercept tries, James, and the Cook Islands are on the board.
Yeah, we're going to have to see a second look at this. I'm not 100% sure how Ulberg got that ball. Yeah, Klein says no try.
Yeah, so this will go to Robert Hicks, who's in the video referee booth.
Cheers, thank you. Okay, mate. Video referee to match director. We have an on-field decision of no try. Please can I see all available angles on the breakdown of the pass to check that there is a hand that touches the ball from Cook Islands. Just go from here. Just work through from here. So it says this pass goes down. Yeah, it's that I need to just check to see that there is a hand that plays at the ball. Okay, so the Cook Islands man is coming in towards to make a tackle. To confirm that he has attempted to steal that ball. Would be one-on-one. Can I just see that replay again, please? So he comes in to make a tackle. The ball is in possession. He still has possession at this point. He gets bumped off, and then he plays at the ball. The ball goes forward. Yeah, that's fine. That ball goes forward. No, that's fine. That's all I need. That player who picks the ball up is in an offside position. Thank you. I've seen all the angles I need, and I've now made my decision.
So,
knock on, mate, no try.
So Ashley Klein gets the guidance. Just waiting for the screen. So there we go. No try. Still waiting for the crowd. It's not come up yet. Ashley Klein has confirmed no try. So, well, Han deemed that Kyle Hero played in it, and then obviously Masters was, not Masters, Allberg was in an offside position, James.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that call whatsoever. It did appear as if there was a stripping motion there, and yeah, that one rightfully taken off.
The eyes like a hawk. So, it'll be a Tonga scrum. Decent position here. They've just loaded up the extra numbers on that left-hand side, haven't they, with Katoa, who's most likely going to be the recipient who takes it in here. Katoa plays out the back. Oh, lovely hands, Tessie New. I just couldn't quite release the pass, but that was on.
It was that they created the extra number. They lined up a 4-and-2 split, and he's having a wow of a game, Katoa, with that Tessie New there, just under pressure from Masters. Tupu just puts that one down.
So the hit from Stephen Masters just good enough, getting in Tessie New's eye line. They went for the big play, and it didn't quite work that time. Forward. Euro's been busy. Tonga dominating the meters, almost, well, more than 2/3 so far. Tamalolo with the tackle. Well, with Fotowaika. Taraway finds Ford. Takes her into the line. He's got that running threat, and he's got kind of almost like lazy style about him, Jonathan Ford. Oh, lovely little sidestep from Taraway. Masters is going to take control from here. Finds Tetavano, keeps the ball moving. Little step from Takarangi. Little flick back on the inside into Daniela. They've moved it on again.
Nice interchange of passing between the forwards, out to Takarangi there.
Coming back towards the middle, kick thrown in behind. And Colin Matangi, I think it was, who dived on the grenade. Comes up with the ball for Tonga. A bit more invention from the Cook Islands there.
Yeah, and it's good football. It looks expansive, but it's actually really safe. It's just a couple of passes between the forwards over to Takarangi, and he does that trademark skip out line and that drop underneath. It's going to be dangerous, and as the fatigue becomes a factor in this game, look to see Takarangi try and expose some of those tired middle forwards, failing to get across, failing to tie in. Expect to see more of that as this game goes on.
Pompeiru just knocking the ball out of Fotowaika's hands. Penalty Tonga. Lolohea will take Mate Martonga into the Cook Islands half here. Chance just to throw some shape in. Colin Matangi. Sonny Luke looks across. So much shape on that left-hand side. Fanua Blake will guide them forward again. Muscular carry.
Every time he's carried the ball, he's looked dangerous. Having Fanua Blake, he's had a great start to this game.
Luke finds Tamalolo. They're opening things up here. Katoa went short to Kafusi. They're in range though here, Tonga. Again, this time it's Tamalolo. Bumping players off. Oh, what a try!
Wow.
Raw power from Jason Tamalolo. Welcome back to the Tonga team.
Yeah, that's why he's straight back in the team. Jason Tamalolo, he's got that in his arsenal. He has the ball just one off the ruck, goes direct. He does have a little bit of shape outside him, but he doesn't need to use it. And he just spots that little bit of a half a gap. And with a man of that strength, that size and that capability, you can't afford to give him that half gap. Watch him here just as he sees, and he just accelerates into it get out of the way, and he's over for his first try in this Rugby League World Cup. What's this? Makatoa just wrong body position there. He's too square on. He's got to position him on the shoulder there, Jason Tamalolo. Now that's easy for me to say up here in the commentary box, but Makatoa there was too chest on, just too front on. And guys like Tamalolo, with the class of him, they're going to see that all day and they're going to embarrass you. Great work from the Tongan lock forward.
Well, we've seen some moments of quality already. We've seen some moments of just raw bone power. Now that was that from Tamalolo, although Christian Wolf takes a lot to crack a smile for that man, doesn't it?
Yeah,
he worked with him obviously at Saints.
I sure did. There is a smile in there somewhere.
So Isaiah Katoa just composing himself. The angle is favourable on the back of Tamalolo's score, and he nails it this time. 10 points to nil. Tonga, with a quarter of an hour gone, are in control. Let's go down to Jenna, who's got some news for us.
Yeah, thanks very much, Matt. I can tell you, before the game, I spoke to Christian Wolf. He called the man that just bulldozed his way over to score his first World Cup try. Jason Tamalolo, the best forward in the competition, in the NRL Down Under. And I can tell you, he might not be a man that smiles a lot, but he had a great big smile on his face when he crossed over.
Careful, Aaron.
Yeah, saves it away from the cameras. The sides of things. Thanks, Jenna.
Look at that, Adam Fanua-Blake again off the kick-off. Really strong with his go forward today.
Just post-contact meters are giant, aren't they?
Yeah, they just don't seem to have an answer for it at the moment. The Cook Islands, they get their bodies in front, but he's just got too much power.
And that will be key the longer they get down the tournament. Tamalolo again, real bit of footwork. He's not just a ball-carrying bruiser. He's got some subtlety too, James.
Yeah, and that one, he was just a little bit wider off the ruck as well, which we're seeing every now and then from the Tongan forwards. It's great to have that variation within your pack of forwards, that you're not just real tight off the ruck, you play with width, and that creates doubt and slide in the opposition defence.
So a lot of hair putting that one right into the corner, a little too much on it that time. So not the end to the set finish that Chewy Lolohea would have been looking for. But it's, well, if you're going to turn it over, turn away from the opposition line, it's not the worst pass.
Yeah, he probably would have liked a better kick there, but here's an important part of the field to Tonga to keep their discipline. We saw them concede 2 yardage penalties, 2 piggyback penalties out of trouble. Let's hope, for Christian Wolf's sake, they fix up their discipline and don't concede a penalty in this set, and that's great defence. Dragging the Cook Islands player back towards his own goal line, that's demoralising for the Cook Islands forwards.
Yeah, so far it's been an outside back set, hasn't it? Paul Ulberg with his second involvement here, the London Broncos man. Before that, Kailiro was found his route impeded as well. A little scoop, but they've got a set restart here.
Yeah, and they were managing the set really well. It was uncalled for, really. It was a great set defensively, dragging the Cook Island players back towards their own goal line, controlling the ruck, and yeah, 2 penalties and a 6 again now, all coming out of trouble. They've let the Cook Islands off.
Tetevano works it on. Now it's Moiroa.
Good run from Moiroa.
Pumping the legs as Teroy finds Tetevano again. Plays just before the line. They've got it away. Almost away that time through Peru. Tackled on the 10. Picking up off the back of that. Trying to find some space. Takirangi almost got the kick wrong. Hero still got it. Still the last. Tries to dribble it through, but in the end it's well mopped up by Tessie Nui.
Yeah, great fullback play from New there. It was a great line from Don Peru. He got the team to quick play the ball. Unfortunately for the Cook Islands, it was the last play, and I thought they were thinking kick. They saw the referee put their hand up and give the last tackle. I thought they should have ran again after Peru had got that quick play the ball. They should have abandoned ship and flooded the middle.
There's Tupou. Vice, on the side of penalty here. The ball will be ripped. That's a free hit for Tonga, that one, isn't it? A real jump start.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, it's both teams really a couple of 6 against, couple of penalties. Both need to be better. They're gonna get into the knockout stages. Sudden death rugby league football. Can't afford to be giving cheap penalties away.
Tonga rattling it in, 2 penalties to 1 in Tonga, conceding the more of those 3. And in Fanua Blake again. What a rip-snorting start he's made.
Release, Dane, release!
Almost up to the first quarter. And they're in a great position again. Katoa finds Tamalolo, ball movement again.
Great defence. Great defence from forward. He recognised the ball was going out the back there. He read it, he shut down that shift.
Taken in by Katoa, dropped off to Kalamatongi, didn't quite get that one right, then he went to, picked up by Tamalolo, and he's just strolled in. They were like statues there, the Cook Islands defence. A bounce pass, completely caught them out, and Tamalolo was quick to punish.
Yeah, not by design, but the bounce pass is the best pass in the game, in my opinion. It does do that to defenders. I don't know why, but it's just one of those crazy things in rugby league when whenever the ball seems to bounce off a pass, players stop in motion. It just popped up perfectly for Jason Tamalolo, didn't it? And he gets over for his 2nd of the afternoon. He doesn't need a second invitation. It's Keon Kulamatangi with the bounce pass, and look, you see the Cook Islands player just jumps out at Tamalolo. Tenebano didn't go up with him. That creates that little pocket, that little triangle, which coaches won't want to see, and just creates that space for Tamalolo to go into. Great instinctive football from Tamalolo.
It's probably about a second, isn't it, James? Maybe half a second that Tetevano stood still, but that counts so much.
I think it was Tetevano that stood still and Makatoa that advanced forward. And if you're not working together, if you're not in sync there on your try line D, you're going to create those little triangles. And, you know, a guy with as much power as Jason Tamalolo, like, well, we saw what he did before, just one off the ruck when you've got bodies around him there. There was no bodies and a big gap. He's going to punish you.
So Isaiah Katoa, 1 from 2 so far. And the deferential silence almost for him here. You know, you always get that in rugby league. It's good at kick this time, 16 points to 0. Tonga decided to eke out a lead here. And Tamalolo has played a rampaging part in it.
Yeah, back that up, 2 tries, 9 runs for 51 metres. Plenty of touches as well in those. They're not just running metres. You know, he's getting plenty of touches, playing out the back a little bit as well. They've been really dominant up front with those middle 3 forwards in Fanua Blake, Fodawaker and Jason Tamalolo.
So take it in and straight back into the attack again, come Tonga. Wow, they have the bit between their teeth, and Fodawaker it was that time again. Kalamatangi.
Aaron, move! Up straight, back up. Hold.
Here Ashley Klein booming across the field as Blake is tackled again.
See that again, that playing with width. It just messes up the Tongan defence. They like the shape and structure.
Steaming through, Tessie New on the inside. Back-to-back scores for Tonga. They're cutting loose now, James.
Yeah, the floodgates look like they're going to open. But like I say, that try comes about. They play with width. So it's Fanua Blake playing with width. And then what that does, that gets the Cook Islands defenders out of sync, out of shape. They've got middles defending on an edge. And when you've got the quality of guys like Tessie New flooding up the middle, Kafusi, I believe it was with the initial line break there. See, look at this, Moreau's retreating, Kafusi, and then again, you've got middle forwards defending on a short side. Just can't quite get up, they're not in sync, they're not used to being there, they feel uncomfortable. You've got late retreaters, Luke does an excellent job getting out of dummy half and holding up the markers. But it's great play from Kafusi, and like all good fullbacks do, Tessie New is there to finish off the try.
Yeah, they might have been a bit clunky in the first couple of games, but now they've got their lead. They are building on it with increasing regularity. And for Tony Hero, it's already looking an ominous task.
Yeah, I think this is a warning shot fired, or an announcement that Tonga are the real deal again. They wouldn't have been impressed by their own high standards in the first two games. Yeah, they got the victories, but the level of performance it wasn't what we've become accustomed to in recent years from this Tongan team. But this is more like it. This is more like it. Christian Wolf will be very happy. Again, the three middle forwards dominating. It's likely Samoa or France next week. Take notice, Tonga are here. And they're back to their devastating best.
Yep, Isaiah Katoa taps that one over. Like a simple put, that one really, wasn't it, as he knocks it in. And we saw big markers laid down by Australia, a big marker laid down by England. New Zealand maybe a little bit clunky, but scored plenty of points. It was almost imperative that Tonga followed suit.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, they wouldn't have been too impressed by their own high standards. Good for a short kick-off here, the Cook Islands. That's a big play.
Yeah.
It's a big roll of the dice so early. It didn't come off for them either.
Yeah, straight down Penasini's throat, wasn't it?
Wait. Hold him back up.
It actually isn't too bad because it keeps the ball away from the middle of the field for at least a couple of tackles anyway.
Yeah, you know you're going to get monstered through the middle. They're going to try it. They have tried to play, hit the edges as much as possible, haven't they, the Cook Islands? But when you know it's just going to keep flooding back, it's well, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Yeah, and that's where the Tongan strength really lies, in those starting three middle forwards. Manua Blake, Mo Fodawaker, who's played for Queensland, and Jason Taumalolo. His coach reckons he's the best forward in the NRL, and he's got a case.
Well, Neumann in tandem with his front rowers, as you were saying, Fodawaker, Adam Manua Blake. Katoa out the back, it goes to Lola Hare, who was crunched. But they've still got plenty of shape, plenty of push around the ball here. Taumalolo with a big settler. In range again, so many threats. So many players putting their hands over the ball here. Finds Fodawaker. Skims off one, has another dig. Gets it away. Luke, what a kick that is! Penasini! Too easy. We have cracked the Cook Islands wide open again. Cracked this time rather than grabbed.
Yeah, they've just got no answer at the moment, the Cook Islands. This is great play. It's off the back of ill discipline, though, that gets the Tongan team down there with a penalty. But take nothing away. This is all class from Tonga. Penasini just looks up and he can see that the kick option is the go-to, and he points. He says, "Put it there. You put it there, and I'll finish it off." And he certainly does that. Great deception out of dummy half there. Fodawaker causing all sorts of trouble through that middle third of the field. Plenty of tackle breaks. And that's a beautifully weighted kick. Perfectly sits up for Penasini. Look at Fodawaker here. 1, 2, 3. Nice little offload. And it's the no-look kick as well. That's very, very classy play. Tonga are really running away with this one.
Yeah, just beautifully done, wasn't it? As you say, no-look kick. His eyes are all, I'm going to shift this out the back, and then suddenly he rolls it onto his toe.
Yeah, it's a very classy play. Something I wasn't going for. That's a beautiful little touch there. And it's shown that Tonga have got, plenty of strings to their bow. We saw some, the devastating one-out carry from Taumalolo to get the try. We saw breaks on their left edge. Now they come back to their right edge with a beautiful weighted kick. There's plenty to like about this Tongan team.
And a few shell-shocked looking Cook Islanders at the moment. As Katoa looking to strike this one. He's got the curl, he's got the range, he's got the accuracy. Another kick for the Tongans. 28 points to 0. Beautiful kick. Equally good finish. Tonga taking control. And they've gone for that short kick off again. And Jonathan Ford beaten to the punch by Sione Katoa.
Great take from Katoa there. Great take.
Lollahay just popping the ball up to Penasini, who's played in the grand final with Parramatta. Bit of wrestle at the play the ball that time. So Moiroa off. And Davy Mwale is on. Oh, the pass was on there, they've got it! They're away down that left-hand side. Another try maybe in the reckoning here. Tessie New! What hands that is! Wow. They can't stop scoring.
Well, I can't remember the last time the Cook Islands had a touch of the football. It's probably been a good 5 or 6 sets now. And that again, it's that they play with the Vanua Blake. He's been just carrying it up, He's been doing that, and he's been setting this play up for a number of sets now. We see him play with that width and just take the carry in and look to get a quick play of the ball. This time he shoots the ball out the back, and that Tongan left edge have just got too much speed and class. It's a beautifully constructed play. Look at the width on this pass. Beat 3 defenders, pumps the ball out the back, and then bang, Moses Suli, he's got too much speed. And again, the finish. Tessie New again, great support play. This is a beautiful kick though from Moses Suli. What about that ball from Luke as well? Really thread the needle there. Moses Suli doesn't hardly look like he's breaking sweat. Just too much skill. But again, that try comes from setting that play up with up your carry, just taking it in, quick play the ball. Then the defence just become accustomed to it. They just think you're going to drive the ball in. Little did they know, Vanua Blake was going to sling it out the back. He's over 100 metres now already. What a start to the game he's had.
Yeah, sometimes you sort of get a sense of something, and then you look at the stats and it backs it up. We've been thinking that he's on massive totals from the first 5 minutes or so. But it was a beautiful shift. Anybody who thinks that Tonga is going to muscle you up through the middle and deal with that, and you've got them, think again. So a kick to come from Katoa. So Isaiah Katoa, perfectly done. What a lead they're building up here. And it's an unhappy deja vu here.
I wonder if they'll go for the short kick off again. Twice they've done it, and twice it hasn't come off. Dylan Napper into the frame. Maybe they'll kick deep and get him to try and put a big shot on. He has got good shoulders, Dylan Napper.
Fotowaika.
Who's the man? Back straight, John. Dylan White.
Tessie New. Into Adam Vanua Blake. As you were saying before, Napper's on.
Back straight.
He's probably had a slightly disappointing first season in Super League with Catalan Dragons.
Great play the ball from Tamalolo there.
Oh, and they've gone for that shift again. Oh, what a pass! And they're away again. Penasini out to Katoa. Katoa trying to weave his man. Katoa's still going here. Oh, the final pass.
He was taken off the ball. Surely he was tackled off the ball there. What about the hands from Keon Kolamatangi? We see him do that week in, week out. Over in the NRL for South Sydney. He's got such delicate hands.
So it's a penalty try possibly on the cards here.
Yeah, I think we could be looking at that. It certainly seems to me that Penasini was tackled off the ball.
Yeah, I'll bring.
Oh,
I've got you, mate. Video referee to match director. We have an on-field decision of a penalty try. Please can I see all available angles to confirm the man is tackled without the ball. So playing on at this point, there's going to be an offload by the 5, and he is tackled without the ball. The live decision is a penalty try. Can I just see that from the angle from behind, please, as well, and then I can just confirm it. Okay, so Katoa has the ball. He offloads inside here. The Cook Islands man tackles him clearly without the ball. Thank you, I've seen all the angles I need, and I've now made my decision.
So So Ashley Klein awaits the decision. There we go, penalty try. Will Penasini denied the score, but Tonga aren't, James Graham.
No, it was great hands down this right-hand side of the field. It all came about from the quick play of the ball from Jason Taumalolo. It looks like he's going off for a bit of a rest, so all three middle forwards for the Tongan team now get rotated. But it's a beautiful play on this right-hand side. We've seen them go multiple times to the left, but when you're 34-0 down, and you think, oh, a couple of benches will come on, your job will get easier. Well, David Fafita's just entered the field of play, and a couple of other big fellas as well. Junior Totola and Ben Murdoch-Masila. The task, if anything, gets even more difficult now. Watch out for big David Fafita. He's an excitement machine. He's one of the most devastating ball carriers in the NRL. I think he's the highest tackle break, tops the chart for tackle breaks over there.
Bulldozer. So Katoa on the back of the penalty try, obviously his conversion is right in front. So Katoa just slots it with ease. And then brought up 40 points with 7.5 to go. Devastating first half display from the men in red. As you were saying, James Graham, David Fafita will be on. He'll have been itching on that bench to get on and get amongst it. Now he's got a chance. Lolohea, he might have let that one go out, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think if Lolohea there had moved a little quicker and put his foot on the line, all he has to do is touch the rugby league football, and the Tongans would have got a penalty on halfway.
So Tessie New just being eased aside, this time by Sonny Luke. And they're winding up here. Here comes Ben Murdoch-Masila. Oh, he only knows one way. That is right into the teeth. Luke. Oh, a bit of a juggle there from Kolomatangi. I think we'll excuse him, he's been devastating today. Lovely ball back on the inside, Kafusi. So much punch being added by this Tonga team. Lolohea, short ball to Fafita. Last top, one in the set here. Bit of an extra nibble there from Jonathan Ford. And then Lolohea just pops one into the corner. Tapped back by Katoa, hacked on in by Lolohea. Oh, they're in! Tonga just cannot stop scoring. And the Cook Islands have no answer.
Yeah, just dejection for the Cook Islands there. Just absolute dejection. They're out of answers. And it's 44 points to nil after 34 minutes. I genuinely did think we would be in for more of a contest today. But credit to the Tongan team. They've shown absolutely zero mercy. They're being ruthless. And that's what Christian Wolf will be enjoying about this performance the most. A variety of tries, and easy to sort of put the cue on the rack, Jimmy White style. But look at this right-hand side, it's a beautiful kick. Just competing on the kick there, Katoa, a bat back in. And yeah, there's 2 or 3 Tongan players waiting to take it. You can see the Cook Island players in the middle part of the field. They're just walking. The job's not done until you've got the ball back. And Lolohea is there to take advantage of some tired and some dejected Cook Island players that just don't see the point in tying back in there.
I mean, sticking with snooker, they've been as ruthless as Stephen Hendry and as kind of maverick as Ronnie O'Sullivan, haven't they?
I think if it was a tennis match, it might be Stephen Hendry, 76, and the frame. Oh, sorry, Tonga, 44, and the frame.
So kick to good for Katoa. Really just slot this one again, and again the body language of those Cook Islands players, understandably. They don't quite know where the reprieve is coming from. We've tried everything, short kickoffs, long kickoffs, and they have been pummeled, and Katoa kicks another.
I'd love to see how long, what the possession stats are, and just how long it's been since the Cook Islands have actually had their hands on the ball. It seems like such a long time ago since the Cook Islands actually had to play the ball.
Well, this time it's down the throat of Fafita off the kickoff. I mean, just looking at the stats, there's one stat actually. It's a play the ball stats in opposition 20. Tonga 5, Cook Islands 4, but they've not needed to have one there because they've just bust them open at will.
Yeah, exactly. They sure have. They've attacked from all over the park, and they've not really needed to be down there that much in order to take advantage of this game.
Kolomatangi, and another pass thrown by New, and here goes to Tupou. They are just rumbling forward, unstoppable. Tessie New, they're going to hit them on that short side again.
Beautiful switchback play there, coming back to where the ball was marked.
Sully just scattering defenders. Tessie New finds Isaiah Katoa. Oh, this time the kick doesn't pay off. And I think almost out of mercy, Ashley Klein said, carry on.
Yes, the Cook Islands have the ball back. It's a good job someone got a touch to that as well, because Kolomatangi was steaming through. And if there hadn't have been a touch there, I think he'd have been going over for a try.
So Jonathan Ford slugs one to touch on the back of a penalty, and well, that's a bit of a jump start, but on the back end of this first half, they're probably getting the first possession for at least 10 minutes, and it's a Tony Heroes. Looks like he's lost his lottery ticket, his winning lottery ticket. A very glum expression. Cook Islands again running aground on this relentless Tonga side. Either way, Napa, oh, lovely short ball to Tetevano. Oh, and he's lost it. Such was the contact, couldn't keep hold of it. They've done everything right so far, haven't they, Tonga? Zero tackle, final minute of the half. Tupou leading the charge. I mean, you were talking about statements, James Graham, and wanting to start well and making a statement. Well, they've certainly done that here.
Absolutely, they have. Christian Wolf will be delighted with this 40-minute performance so far. Not much more he could have asked from his men, to be fair.
David Fafita, they want more. They're not satisfied yet. Tonga, ruthless as anybody. Oh, Kafusi! Kafusi with footwork. They do post points before the break. 50 points in 40 minutes. Stunning.
Yeah, wow. Wow, this is an absolute masterclass. Masterclass from Tonga. Kafusi just makes it look far too easy. It's a great line. Here we see just in to out, and then he's got enough footwork to beat the fullback hero. That's why he's one of the best edge back rowers in the competition over in the NRL. But watch this beautiful little in out, and he creates that. It's a beautiful ball as well, but all the work done there from Felice Kafusi. Great try from the edge back rower.
The benefit, the absolute benefit of having athletic back rowers. They've got power, raw power in that pack. Athletic back rowers, Kolomatangi, Kafusi, just delivers so much extra on the edges, doesn't it?
Yeah, plenty of strike, and like we saw before, Kolomatangi, he's got some great hands as well, so if you try to jam him, he can slip that pass away, and you're taking a defender out of the line. He's got beautiful hands, and there's lots and lots of things to like about this Tongan team, but especially their forward pack. You know, you throw David Fafita in the mix there as well. He can play on an edge also. They've got quality all across the park.
Well, the job is done. Top of the group by a country mile here, Tonga. There'll be a damage limitation for the Cook Islands in the second half. But how good have Tonga been? 52 points to 0. It's a chastened Cook Islands team that heads to the sheds. Tonga 52, Cook Islands 0.
This is the penalty try. Yeah, Penasini would have definitely gone over there. No questions about it. He's blowing up straight away. And the video ref got the right call there. Very rarely see penalty tries in our game, but that one undoubtedly. And again, this is that one just off the kick, the bounce, the back. But there's a lack of urgency there, and probably understandable considering the context of the game for the Cook Islanders not chasing back. And this is the one right on the bell. Kafusi with a beautiful line. He makes it look so easy, Kafusi, but that's such a difficult thing to execute. Lots of practice, repetition. That's why he's so good.
And then the stats, well, they speak for themselves, don't they? Meters gained just shy of 1,000 in one half of football, because this Tonga side can score from anywhere, and they've proved that. They can hit you close in, they can strike from deep. They are causing so many headaches for this Cook Islands team. Well, it's a composed dressing room, as you might imagine. Christian, when you've played under Christian, what would his approach be now? How would he be managing this scenario?
Yeah, look, we saw some outstanding attack from the Tongans, but I think the emphasis will certainly be on defence. So you'd be telling his players, look, the Cook Islands are going to have a spell. At some point in this game, they're going to have a spell. They're going to have a spell of possession. We're going to weather that possession and keep them to 0.
So the second half upon us. Tonga dominant in that first 40, racking up the points with real glee. It will have been a tough stint in the sheds for those Cook Islands players. Tony Hero, a winner as a player, will have felt the pain. They will have felt his wrath. How will they respond? James Graham is alongside me for this one. I think the first sets are going to be really important for the Cook Islands here. This game is gone, but pride is certainly at stake.
Yeah, and it's, you know, the half-time break is a good opportunity for just to reset, and I think they'll be pleased they're receiving the ball here, and yeah, hopefully they can just complete here, kick long, chase hard, and just get into a bit of a flow of the game, because it was obviously all one-way traffic in that first half.
Dylan Napa, whose book could be a weapon if the Cook Islands can spring something here. And in other ways, a one-sided affair. So there's a last tackle, I mean, they're handing possession over on halfway. Jonathan Ford's kick goes up. It's a skyscraper. Taken in though by Katoa, and he's skimming that line, and they're already starting to open up a bit of space here. Drop back on the inside to Moses Sully. Well, he almost ran the width of the pitch there, Sione Katoa. But Tonga just using their outside backs.
It was good play from Katoa. That he certainly keeps you honest. You have to move up on him as one line, otherwise he's going to crab across field and look for someone being lazy and pick you out.
Ben Murdoch-Masila bumpers up out of the way as he drilled his way into that Cook Islands line. A little kick in behind it. Kyle Hero will have to take that in. He's in goal, and he's somehow finds
great play. Great play from Hero there. Had plenty to do, didn't he? It's a smart early kick from the Tongans. I think it was Lola here who got the kick away, and it was a great chase. But young Iro just had too much guile to get out there, showed too much deception. A great play from the Cook Islands fullback there, and it just gives his team a little bit of hope. And like I say, they're going to set for set. If he doesn't get out there, then they're just defending their own line again, and the Tongans, well, they've been scoring for fun, haven't they? I imagine it wouldn't have taken them too long to get over the whitewash, but here they are.
So Jonathan Ford's kick will be taken in by Tezzy New. Tonga in possession. Jenna's got some news for us down at pitchside.
Yeah, thanks very much, Matt. 52-0 at the break. I spoke to Christian Wolf. I said to him, I mean, is there anything that you need to say to your players at halftime? He said, yes, watch discipline. And he spoke about the importance of not switching off and letting complacency creep in. If they continue playing like this, maybe come back to me, Matt.
Yeah, they might well be in again. They'll be just listening to what Christian Wolf said clearly is for Fetus it. We'll come back to you in just a second, Jenna. It's into the hands of Lola here. Bounce pass. It's worked out to Tessie New. Little flick from him. Moses Sully driving at the line. Get to the end of the set and we'll hear from Jenna. Once again, Luke, Kolomatangi. Murdoch Basila gets an offload away. It's a dummy thrown by Kolomatangi. They've done enough here to hold them to the last tackle. Luke finds Katoa, looping pass. Bounce pass to Sione Katoa. He throws the pass Pellicini. Katoa will get it himself. What a deserved score that is. They have cracked them again. Tonga running hot.
Yeah, absolutely. There's just too much to handle at the moment. The Cook Islands just can't control the offload. A good 5 or 6 offloads in that set, which cause all sorts of trouble. And then off the back of them, they shift the ball as well. They just cannot handle the Tongan big men. As we see there, Katoa, offload, beautiful pass from Pellicini, and Big David Fafita points to Katoa and says, get over the line, son. We've seen plenty more of that as this tournament goes on. He's looked really good today, Katoa. I know there's a huge future ahead of him. Wayne Bennett taking him up to the Dolphins, one of the very first signings for the new franchise club. A big, exciting future for that man on your screen.
Yeah, helped Penrith to their age group title and then signed the deal with the Dolphins, and I don't think that went down well at the foot of the mountains, but he's got a fair queue ahead of him, hasn't he, of talent, so you can understand. So, kick to come here from Sione Katoa. So the kick to come from Sione Katoa. Katoa adding a try to a performance from which he has waved his wand as a creative force for this Tonga team. Isaiah Katoa strikes it. It's good. They're not far off 60 now. 58 points to 0. Jenna, I doubt that the message from Tony Heroes changed an awful lot from that one.
No, it hasn't. And I'll try and keep this brief because it's clear that the Tongans have picked up exactly where they left off in that first half. Christian basically just spoke about not letting complacency creep in. If they continue playing in the same way they did in that first 40, they can enjoy it. As far as Tony Hero goes, the head coach of the Cook Islands, I just said to him, it's basically all about pride now, isn't it? He said, yep, it's up to them now. We just have to show it. We'll see what happens next, Matt.
Yeah, not the ideal start then. Tony's team talk at half-time rendered a little bit obsolete by Tonga's relentless approach, James Graham.
Yeah, they really have. They're just not letting up. They're playing with skill. They're offloading the ball. They're running strong. They're changing the point of attack. They are certainly not letting up and making life easy or putting that cue on the rack like we spoke about before. Again, that width off the ruck. Kolomatangi there. It's a pretty decent ruck.
Plenty of players putting their hands up, aren't there, for those spots in the quarter-finals. It's hacked on here by Tui Lolohea. Bit of a through ball. Stephen Masters comes across. Just about got there ahead of Tessie New. But there were all danger signs there because everything they're touching at the moment almost turns to goal for Tonga.
Yeah, I think they got a little bit lucky on that occasion, but there's plenty of players to back up and take advantage of a little bit of a luck or a lucky bounce. Couldn't quite finish it off though.
Yeah, the amount of push that they get, the amount of flooding support. It's clear that this is a team connected forward. By contrast, it's all a little bit one out. And Tonga fans already belting out the hymns. Carl Mills got whacked by a pigeon then. I thought he was coming straight for us. Jonathan Ford boots that one downfield, but again, the back three have got time and space on their side. Katoa, still not been pinned down. Moses Suli, you'd fancy him in a foot race. Oh my word, what a step! Suli's got support. Tessie New turns his man inside out. What a score that is! Goodness me, they can hear you from anywhere. And that's 60 points up.
Yeah, a tackle zero play, and we saw it earlier in the half. You kick the Katoa, and he's going to test out your honesty. He's going to see if someone's clocking off and being lazy. He's not just going to carry it up and look for a quick play of the ball. He's going to skip across the field and try and find a gap. And on this occasion, Moses Suli is wide open there. I think it's Peru that goes in. He makes the decision for him, but take nothing away. Moses Suli, wow, he's got plenty of work to do there. And then Tessie New, one big step. But that is all down to the work of Sione Katoa. He spins out of that tackle, and then bang, I'm going to come and test you out. Who's moving, who's not? Is there an opportunity for one of my teammates to be in a better position than I am? Yes, it's you, Moses Suli. I'll give you the ball. Then he does some magic. And then again, Tessie New, his support play has been first class this afternoon. And he gets over for another one for the Tongans. Total and utter domination here in Middlesbrough.
Yeah, backed himself a hat-trick just by sitting on the shoulder of those players, battering their way through. Fine afternoon, Tessie New, and a fine afternoon for Tonga here. The red of Middlesbrough proving a lucky charm for the Mate Mar Tonga. So Isaiah Katoa, who's had his own personal Midas touch for the most part, kicks another one. 64-0. We've still got half an hour to go.
Well, we're on track for the biggest blowout of the tournament so far, aren't we? Just if the Tongans, I think basically it's Tonga's decision whether they want to get to 100 or not.
Yeah, whether they put players in cotton wool, and that said, even if they took some of the kind of big guns off, they still got big guns on the bench, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Like for like, they're just going to smash you either way. So, wrecking ball stuff from Ben Murdoch-Masila, who is not disappointed with his vaunted build-up.
Really like that play there. Kiolo Matangi getting across the field and bringing Felice Kafusi underneath.
And then Murdoch-Masila again is punishing that Cook Islands defence with ramrod straight carries. Lolohea applies the squeeze with the kick. Would take at the back by Ulberg, and in the end he manages to pinball his way into centre field.
Great work, really good work there from the wingman.
Stephen Masters almost got away from Kafusi, but he just had a scrag of that jersey that stopped him from getting away. Well, they're showing a bit of gumption, but Tonga just look comfortable. Three-man tackle, peel away in tandem. It was Zarona who played the pass. And they are inside Tonga territory for the first time in a little while here. Jonathan Ford's kick. Tessie New pouches it neatly. And every time, you just sense that defensive line is worried about the line breaks because they have just parted them. Tupou. Force back that time. That's more like it from the Cook Islands side, but then straight back at them. They come thumping in.
Brilliant run from Will Penasini there, off a slow ruck as well. That all it takes is that one run, and you win the setback. And that's Penasini.
Kavita picks off the back of that last one. Handing over on their terms here, Tonga. Lolahare's kick. Plenty of height on it. Not a lot of competition for it though at the back. And eventually the kick chase gets to him, and again they've kept the Cook Islands down their own end of the field here.
Yeah, they're really struggling to get out their half. The forwards just about getting back on side now. But it's dogged from Tonga, unrelenting, as they ease their way over the 30-metre line. It's Dylan Napper. Hit up from him, last one. Final tackle inside their own half here. Jonathan Ford's kick will be key. He got some kick pressure, scuffed that kick somewhat. And the outcome is favourable for Tonga again, and that's the value of kick pressure and a bit of confidence. Yeah, absolutely. As the ball goes out, Tonga are going to obviously take the option to play the ball in the middle of the field. They'll set up some shape and expect them to have a couple of cracks at the Cook Islands edges after going through the middle. Big Daniel Tupou first off the ruck. This is always a tough one to get your set started, but he's one of the best in the world at those set starts. Daniel Tupou. He's well held there by the Cook Islands forwards.
Yeah, slowed them down, didn't they, Peru? And Takarangi that time, who came in second man. Katoa on the back of that. Bit of bulk. Oh, lovely hand from Colin Matangi again. He's just putting himself about in all sorts of ways, isn't he? Physicality. Bit of flair too. Thundering in. That time a mode. So it's off the floor from Katoa. Oh, they're in here. Moses Suli. Bounce past to Tessie New. He's hacked that on. Oh no. Just denied by the call from Ashley Klein.
That's great work from Moses Suli. That is, talk about creating something out of nothing. There's absolutely zero happening there. Oh. And that's an unlucky finish. Watch this from Moses Suli. Off his left, off his right. It's a sloppy pass in the end, but that's outstanding from the left centre of Tonga to just create that line break pretty much all by himself. Yeah, there is a bit of, he's got Felice Kafusi on his inside, but that's a magnificent break from the left centre for Tonga.
Yeah, big old unit, isn't he? But he's got some fleet foot about him. So here come the Cook Islands through Tavita Arona. Not much space being afforded. As Masters picks off the back of that. This is the last one, just inside Tonga territory. Can they kick on their terms? Jonathan Ford will get the bomb away. Tessie New slides in to take. And again, they're already trying to set up for something here. I mean, they've at least stemmed the flow for a few sets here at the Cook Islands, and something at least to build on.
Move now! Climb it. Oh, out of the way, Ben.
Lollahair swings the pass in field. Amon onto two. Oh, they're through here. He's away. Tupou got support. Amon will try to finish this off. It's a full race with Tetevano. He'll try to take him on the outside. The Cook Islands man. He does a Gordon Tallis on him there.
I think that's Piacora who's chased back. Oh, would you believe it, though?
Lollahair punishes it. All that effort in vain.
Yeah, I think it was Piacora that chased down Amon. It was a great play. It looked for all money like the Tongans were going to do a long shift there, and Amon just fooled them with a beautifully disguised pass to send Daniel Tupou through the middle of the field. Watch this. It looks like he's going to throw it long, and then bang, he just hits him short. It looked as if, for me, from this angle, it was going to go to Moses Suli. And here we are, Amon one-on-one. It's Piacora chasing him down. Great work from the from the Cook Islands back rower. And they're back in numbers, but Lollahair just pinches his pocket there. And Piacora will be gutted with that. He's done all the hard work to stop the line, well, stop the try, stop the line break, and he just, I can excuse him for being fatigued and tired. Not just during this game, but after that massive effort to chase down Amon.
Yeah, great tackler, wasn't it, there from Brendan Piacora, the Broncos youngster.
He'll be absolutely filthy on himself for this one. Just look, he just gets up too upright at marker there. He's just far too upright in that position. Goal line marker play, you've got to be down low. You've got to be expecting, when you see someone as cheeky as Tommy Lollahair in a dummy half, you got to assume that he's going to try something. And that's what he did. He gets a 4-pointer.
So it's really stretching away now. 68. And it's missed. So they are fallible after all, just about. But as you say, Brendan Piacora was a proper old Tallis on Hodgson job, wasn't it, with the shirt? But as you say, all in vain, Lollahair, crafty. So the score, not really happy reading for Cook Islanders. Tonga, though, have been devastating, and Taumalolo's back on as well.
Yeah, that's a big collision between Jason Taumalolo and Dylan Napa. They just sort of halted each other, didn't they? That was a huge collision off the kickoff.
It's like the immovable object, unstoppable force old adage, isn't it, that one?
Absolutely.
So Katoa, Isaiah Katoa, who's thrown a wayward pass for a change, and even that comes off for Tonga here. A little bit of a lucky bounce. Lollahair's gone through. He's got Muna Basila on his shoulder. In fact, he's been pinched.
Oh,
he's been pinched.
Penasini, you thieving swine. That, you have stolen a try off the front row there, my friend. That is not on. You can't do that.
That is a disgrace.
It is disgraceful.
He has totally swiped that.
Video
He's
referee to match director with an on-field decision of try. Please can I see all available angles on the, it's on the initial pass back, it was lost backwards. Live decision of try. Just confirming that the ball goes between his legs backwards. Yeah, go from here, we can work from here. So the ball goes to ground. It's then lost backwards and picked up from a player who is onside. We can keep going from here, thank you. I just need to see something close in on the grounding, please. Thank you, I've seen all the angles I need, I've now made my decision.
So Ashley Klein waiting to see I think what we all expect, which is another try for this Tonga side. 70 points plus. But the biggest travesty of them all is that Ben Masila has had a try stolen from him, like somebody sneaking into a parking space that you're about to reverse into.
Yeah, well, I guess you can always find another place to park your car, but will those opportunities come round again in this World Cup for Ben Masila to get the try? Maybe, you know what, perhaps he might have been offside. He may have been in front of the ball, but maybe Lola here played him on. But either way, Hennessini, you can't do that to your middle forwards, my friend. I think he's regretting it.
Yeah, he's looking for the thumb.
Yeah, so anyone give me a thumb up?
He'll be wearing the forfeit t-shirt and training, won't he? So Tonga 74-0. Will Penasini in. I mean, I think Russia's defeat by Australia at 2000 remains the record. 110 from memory. This is already in that ballpark. 110 2000. We've got just under a quarter of the game to play.
Half straight zone. Play the ball. Play, Jace.
As you said, James, I think it's just how much Tonga want it. Because the...
Ready move! Again. Hold! On the itinerary.
Bembo Masila. Tackled in midfield. Katoa, you can't fault the Cook Islands for effort. They're trying to put bodies in the way, but that's easier said than done.
Get up! Hold it on the line, hold!
Takarangi and Tetabano that time, combining. Marauding.
Last tackle, back, get up!
Last tackle here.
Out of the way, Ben, out of the way.
Tamalolo again. The battering ram, kick into backfield, oh, brave, it's been spilled, back to 0. So Penasini will play it just a couple of metres out here. Fafita. No way through that time. Tonga really have the bit between their teeth. They're not quite in just yet for another. No, just short of the line. Swept out to the short side. Tupou slipping through. Daniel Tupou. And they are within 2 points of 80.
Yeah, that was just too easy on this Tongan left-hand side. It's a Harbour Bridge style pass over to Daniel Tupou. But instead of electing to pin his ears back and go for the corner, which we usually see him do, he just comes back inside and brushes off the attentions of the Cook Islands defenders. I think it's Don Peru who finally gets him in the end, but just look at this, Amon looking for shape. It's near over the top, that Harbour Bridge style pass. Yeah, that's just a bit too easy. Should have forced him to the corner. But Tupou backs himself to come in field and find the line. Yeah, the Cook Islands defenders have sort of half given up, haven't they?
That's a team that's wilted, isn't it, really, in the furnace. Well, it's this Tonga forward pack and the explosive nature of their outside backs. As good as Tonga have been, I mean, as you say, the Cook Islands have just lost heart, lost shape, lost discipline, lost everything that they require to stay in the fight.
Yeah, but you can make a case they've not had it all afternoon. I mean, you know, the Tongans scored in the very first set of the game, and then there was a spell of possession there where, you know, it would have been a good 10 minutes. with the Cook Islands not actually having to play the ball or touching the football.
Yeah, one-way traffic. So Katoa bends it round. Good kick. 80 points to 0. It has been just an out-and-out thrashing. Still just under quarter of an hour to play. And Tonga don't look like they're letting their foot off the gas at all, do they? I mean, but then they're not having to work too hard to score either. Christian Wolf now looks fairly satisfied.
Going. I'm Jason! Stands! I keep doing.
Cook Islands have 13.5 minutes to give their fans something to cheer.
And it moves!
Just to show that there is some spirit about them here. And Chatavano trying to give them that. They're in some field position. The best they've been in for a long while. Takarangi. Arona follows the play. Set it up with the shape. Issa Masters, it's a nice kick. But Felice Kafusi's there. Just to mop things up. Drop out, is that?
Yeah, I'd like another look. It looks like, I think it's going to go that way, but that's great work from Felice Kafusi there. That's desperation. That's what you want on your try-line defence.
Really clean take in the end as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
And you know what? Not really his job to do. Plenty of other back rowers who would have left that for the fullback, but he takes responsibility for it. So Cook Islands may earn themselves a drop-off, but it's great work from Kafusi. You've got to admire that pride in the zero.
Yeah, all coaches, players, everyone loves a duck egg, don't they? As long as it's not against you, obviously. So the man has just come back on. Moiroa. Almost to the 20. Takarangi just offers that one up to Makatoa. Backing in. Trying to give this Tonga defence some problems to think about here. Moiroa onto forward. Away to that left side. Step back on the infield from Kyle Iro. Penalty, is it there for Cook Islands? Tackle off the ball, perhaps.
Wait.
Well, late shot on the passer, wasn't it? Jonathan Ford got clobbered. So Tetavano sets the platform. It will make little ripple on this scoreline, but it would give them something to cheer here. Good shape, being shown. Stephen Masters, I think they've got him in touch there. Or has he squeezed it down? Ashley Klein is going to do them at least the service of looking at it.
Yeah.
Trial field decision. We'll get James Graham's thoughts on it very shortly. But first we'll hear from Robert Hicks in the video referee.
Your referee to match director with an on-field decision of try. Please, can I see all available angles for the grounding and the touchline, please? We just go nice and slow here. This should help us through. So he has possession of the ball and is in the field of play. Still in at this stage. Looks close, but I think that might be able to put this close. Yeah, that's the one. So go slow here, mate, please, if you can. He has possession of the ball. Still has possession. Feet are in the field of play. And the ball is grounded, and then the arm hits the line. Thank you. I've seen all angles I need, and I made my decision.
So Ashley Klein waits for the call. And it will be a try for the Cook Islands. Just over 10 to play. They have finally got themselves on the board. Stephen Masters with the finish. The Cook Islands women's team are here in attendance to celebrate it. It won't mean much to Tony Hero right now, but his side at least have got themselves on the board, and a big cheer around the Riverside, James Graham.
Yeah, it's a tidy finish from Stevie Masters here as the ball comes over to the right-hand side. It's off a slow play, the ball, but it's great hands. And it's a great finish from Stevie Masters over in that right-hand side. There's plenty of work. He's got the attention of 4 Tongan defenders to deal with. The Tupou, usually one-on-one, is so strong in those positions. But Stevie Masters just said, let's go for it together, and manages to squeeze the ball down.
Shanked the kick. Did all the hard work by scoring the try, to be fair. He's maybe limping out of that one. Maybe in the heat of scoring that one. So Tonga's, just as we were saying, their pride in keeping the 0, and Cook Islands got a chance and took it. Arona, I think, was part of that move. Who's come on. So 10 to go. The Cook Islands at least avoid being nilled. And for Tonga, well, it's the quarter-finals that will be in their sights. And that game between Samoa and France now takes on great importance.
Yeah, so looks like Tonga will play the winner of Samoa v France. You know, Samoa will be heavy favourites, and you know, if Samoa can see off the French, then we are in for an absolute belter next week. I believe that game's at Warrington. If Tonga v Samoa, there'll be absolutely no love lost in that one.
Yeah, real deal. I saw the Pacific test in Campbelltown in 2018, and the Sipitau and the Sipitau went head-to-head. What an encounter that was. What an encounter it would be. The French will be looking to spoil that party. So Ashley Klein calling a knock-on. And he's just trying to wrestle a bit of control here after his challenge.
Thanks, mate. Video referee to match direct. We've got captain challenged by Tonga regarding the decision of a knock-on. Can you just go back to the kick, mate, please, if you can, and then something tighten on the pickup, please. Go from here. Got the kick chase on the left-hand side is onside. Okay, so if we then go on from here, please. That's not touched by anybody, and then it is back off Tonga. So it's this pickup that I need a close in on, please, if that's possible. Have you got anything close in on the pickup? Thank you. Replay coming here. Yeah, that might help me if you can have that slow. Yeah, just go slow here, please. Yeah, if you can just work this through from here, please. So it's back off Tonga. If you can just work this one now, slow here. So it hits his hand and into his other hand. Have we got anything else that might help me? This would probably be the best one. Yeah. Is that the best I'm going to have? If that is the case, based on the available angles, the decision is a knock-on. The challenge is inconclusive. You just can't see whether the ball actually leaves the hand. It will be a knock-on, mate.
So the decision stands, but they retain their captain's challenge. Well, there we go. So scrum will pack down here with the Cook Islands looking at a chance to strike here. 4-2 split down this right side. Takarangi out the back to Issa Masters, who puts the brakes on as Suli comes in. Suli belts him.
He thought about putting a kick in there and he realised it was play one, so He thought better of it at the last moment. Good on him.
Makatoa smothered in midfield. We've got Moiroa if they want to pick him out. Instead it's Takarangi into Hero. Forward pass.
Yeah, and that's the pressure from Khalise Kafusi, rather, just coming from that inside pressure. Just forces the player to slip that ball out as a forward pass. Great edge back row play from the Tongan number 11.
Well, coming up to that point, James, where you've got the unenviable task of picking a player of the match, so you can get your grey matter whirring. Plenty of candidates. Grab it from you in a couple of minutes' time.
Head in, Stephen.
So Tonga puts it, and you know how devastating they can be from deep.
Back here.
So Katoa. So
Release the man.
Fafita, who comes forth. And in for Noah Blake. Massive beaters again, even though he's had perhaps a shorter stint than he might normally have had. Through the hands, Tawalolo out to Fotuaika. Cook Islands have found a bit of venom about their defence here. Katoa trying to unnerve that and split them open. To Tamalolo. What a leg drive that is. 30 out, last tackle. Katoa. Hamon. Oh, good shake. Tessie knew. Gonna burn them off here. Penasini. Treble for him. 84 points to 4.
Very classy centre play from Will Penasini there. Plenty of work to do, plenty of people to beat. And it's a great finish from him. He stole one from Murdoch Masilla not long ago, but he has to do plenty of work on that one. Good work from Amon Lola here, and the hands from Tessie New out the back. Just delicate little pass. And then New just, he rings around the sort of half-baked retreating defence. You see here, I think it's Zane Tenavana that's trying to track back. He had a few brings rung round and then, but great play from Will Penasini.
A big afternoon for Tonga. 80 points. The lead. Kick to come then. So the kick to come from Isaiah Katoa. A thumping win, capped by another hat-trick. So anything the Aussies can do, anything the Kiwis can do, almost anything England can do, Tonga can do too. Shown it here this afternoon. The kick is good. I'm not sure if the two touchies there were on the same wavelength for a moment. So the try from Penasini, created again by indentations made by those big forwards. They can proudly wave their flags. Heading for the quarter-finals in menacing mood. So around about 3.5 to go, James Graham. Who is your Kazu player of the match?
Yeah, player of the match is a tough one. Obviously, there's been lots of strong contributors to this 86-4-point victory at the moment, with still a three and a bit minutes left. I've really liked the contributions of Fanua Blake, Kafusi, Fotuaika, but the man of the match has to go to the captain. He's returned with 2 tries, and I think it's been a mature performance from the Tongan team, and coincidentally, Taumalolo's back and they've looked their best, so he gets my player of the match this afternoon.
Oh, they're through again. Kafusi, support from Amon, perfectly timed. 90 points up for this Tonga team. There's your message. The rest of this World Cup, the Tongans are coming. Salatau Amon.
Just watch this line from Kafusi again. He does this time and time again. Just lurking, the front row just takes it up, and it's a beautiful, soft pass from Adam Vanua-Blake. But it's the line from Felice Kafusi. Just watch, it's slow to fast, into out. Expert line from Kafusi. He goes through untouched. He perhaps could have showed and gone for the try himself, but unselfishly hands it off to young Amon. And it's 90 points to 4.
And Katoa's kick just tips on the 2. Even more of an embarrassing look to the scoreline with the Cook Islands. They have been absolutely flattened, and there he is. James Graham's Kazoo player of the match. Jason Taumalolo on his return, triumphant, dominant, and hugely influential.
It's been a real captain's knock from him, hasn't it? You know, he spoke earlier today about starting well. They certainly did that. And I think...
Oh, Takirangi! There's a gift for you. Thanks for coming to the World Cup. Oh, he's just popped one up. And Tini Raorona, in his final game as a professional player, gets a try to celebrate and a dance to go with it too. What a servant he's been to the game. Tini Raorona, Roosters, Cronulla, Wakefield, came back from ACL, MCL injuries. What a way to cap your career, James Graham.
Yeah, absolutely, and pretty classy touch from Brad Takarangi as well. To have the presence of mind to think to pass it on to your teammate. Pretty nice touch from Brad Takarangi.
What a gift. Oh, lurking Brad Takarangi. It was almost like a game of touch football, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So there goes the hooter. And Tini Raorona gets an even finer moment to cap his career. Tough afternoon for the Cooks. Cheers all around the ground from every contingent. Tonga have been dominant, 92 points to 8. Cook Islands get their moment in the limelight too. Tini Raorona says farewell. The Riverside has seen a riveting, if not one-sided contest, James Graham. Tonga on their way to the quarters.
Yeah, the tournament is on notice. Tonga are here. It's the same Tongan style of performance that we've seen in 2017 and 2018. Christian Wolff wouldn't have been too happy with the opening games against the Cummels and against Wales. They got the points they needed to, but this was a thoroughly dominating, uncompromising and totally ruthless display. And they're going to need more of that, because there's, you know, all being well, it's Samoa around the corner, or a French team that have just beaten Samoa. So make no mistakes, you're going to need a big level of performance, a consistent performance next week, whoever they play, and it's got the makings of an absolute classic.
Well, the players exchanging handshakes. 92 points to 10. Tonga are beaten. The Cook Islands here.